What's up, y'all? Haven't honestly felt like filming lately. Been just kind of in a creative funk, I guess. But I got some good news. We got the camo car back up on the lift. Getting this thing buttoned up. We made a lot of progress today. I should have been filming it, but again, I really haven't felt like filming. But we're at a very critical moment that I wanted to share. But let me just go over what we did today. We got the transcooler mounted, lines plumbed. I still need to clean them up, get them secured, but they are run to the transmission. Pretty much everything underneath is done. We got the cross member in, transmission's bolted, torque converter's bolted up, drive shaft is in. We actually got the wheel back. Shout out Sanchez, if you're in the Atlanta area. He's out in Dallas, Georgia. I should have took some before pics of this wheel. It was pretty bad. But I mean, he did his thing on it. You can't even tell it was curved. It was pretty bad. So got the wheel back on it. We got oil in it. We got all the brackets are on. I took the belt off because I'm about to fire it up for the first time and I haven't done the power steering line yet. It's gonna take me 2 seconds, but I'm just super excited. It's gonna give me the motivation to keep going tonight because I wanna pull it out the shop tonight. I wanna be able to drive it out the shop. So the biggest thing I have to, well, maybe not. I don't know. I may be able to borrow the mass airflow off another car, just so I can, move it. But fuel lines are done. Everything underneath is done. Shift linkage is hooked up, works like it should. Computer's in and it's got a startup tune on it. Alternator wiring is plugged. Battery cables are done. Ground is done. Everything. This car has power, so we're at the point where we can actually turn the key and see if it starts. So that's what I want to share with y'all. And this is the official first start. This is no, I started it, made sure it started, and then I came back and started filming. Like, no, I literally just put transmission fluid in it. So I just put transmission fluid in it. It's already got oil. And I didn't want to start it till I put the transmission fluid in it. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the key and nothing. All right, so I remember what happened. When I first got this car, I remember the customer had told me there was an issue with the gas tank. So I actually cleaned this got tank out myself, like the inside, emptied it out, dried it out, and everything like that. So car didn't have no gas in it. So I put gas in it, put about 4 gallons in, and then I primed the fuel pump up here till I heard it up, but I heard it, but I'm not sure if it reached all the way up here. I'm gonna loosen this line just to see if fuel made it up. I heard the pump going, so if it didn't make it up, then I have the return and the feed lines crossed at the, either at the pump or at the pressure regulator. I've done that before. So I'm gonna break this line free real quick, see if any fuel comes out. If fuel comes out, we're golden. We'll try to start it again. If not, we'll go back there, switch the lines, and then we should be good. So let's see. Yep, we got fuel. Okay. Good. That's all I need to see. So fuel made it up to the top. All right. I don't see any leaks or anything like that, so I think we're good in that regard. So let's try to start this thing again. All right, robbed a cold air intake with a mass airflow from another car. We'll just see if that does anything. So figured out why the fuel pump wasn't priming and the car wasn't starting. So I went to unplug walk you through how I figured this out, but the computer wasn't plugged in. But let me show you how I figured it out. The way I have the car on the lift is too tight to kind of get in there, and I don't have my long USB cord anymore, so I would have to physically get in the car to plug the HP tuners thing up to do it from the car. So I was like, okay, I got a bench harness in the office. I can just take the computer out, hook it up to the bench harness, look at the tune on it, write it, whatever, bring it back, hook the computer back up. So I literally came over here to lift the computer up to unplug it, and it's not plugged in. But what I am going to do, since it's already unplugged, I am still going to take it on the bench harness and take a look at the tune and whatever it is and see what's in here, and then go from there. That way I know I can count that part out. But yeah, that was why. Be the simplest stuff, y'all. All right. Got the computer plugged in this time, installed. We got the right tune on it, 460 4L80E. This has got a stage 3 cam. So I flashed a similar tune from another car I had that had basically the same setup, almost identical. Actually, I want to say it had the exact same setup. So I think this tune should be perfect. So, moment of truth. We're going to try this again. This time I think we're a little bit more promising because the computer's actually plugged in. So. All right, still nothing. All right, so using this awesome resource, lt1swap.com, trying to figure out why I think, because when I try to connect HP tuners, I'm getting an error message saying that it's not turned on or there's no power or that type of thing. So jump down to the blue connector, pin, let me try to check all the other ones, but pin 19 and 20. Pink is going to be switch stick power, orange is going to be constant power. So let's see. Let's see if I can do this. So it's going to be on this side. So it's going to be those two right there. That orange one should be hot all the time. The pink one next to it should be switched. So that's going to be your switched. As you can see, we got action. Power, we got nothing. So we got no constant from the battery to the PCM. And then there's a second one down here, which is 57, which is going to be also an orange wire. So if we look underneath, it's going to be this one right there. This orange wire here is 57. And if we go on number 57, same scenario, no power. So we got to figure out where the PCM gets power from. Well, constant power, because we know switch power works, because I should be able to turn this off, and that pink wire should go green now, which meaning it's grounded. So the first two top, boom. Now it's green. But this should be hot all the time. So which means our main power isn't getting any power. So we got to figure that out. So with this current performance harness, they don't really send you a schematic. And I mean, to be completely honest with you guys, I've been dealing with current performance since 2020. And their like responsiveness and stuff like that has just really gone down. Like, it's really hard. Like, every once in a while I'll call before and I can get somebody on the phone. I haven't called and got somebody on the phone in almost 2 years. From time to time, if I send a message, somebody will call me. But in situations like this, where I'm working on a car trying to get it start and I can't get it to start and I need help figuring out which wire power, which, you know, constant fuse powers the PCM, I probably won't get a response till tomorrow. But I'm going to try to backtrace it and see if we can figure it out. It's going to be one of these fuses. So we'll try to figure out which one isn't good, and or see if that's even the problem, and go from there. You know, just got to roll with the punches. So we found the problem why the car is not starting. The computer is not turning on. So it's not telling the fuel pump to engage. It's not telling the coils to fire, any of that. So I think once we solve that problem, then we can possibly get to start tonight. All right, so we started pulling fuses, started with the top row, got to this one, and we got a blown fuse. So let's change this one. On here it says fuel injectors. I don't know if that's what it was for the LT1, and I know from time to time they try to keep it as close as possible to what the fuse actually was, but no guarantees. But at least we found a blown fuse, so we will replace that fuse, and hopefully I can find a 15 in here. Boom, got it. All right, so we got a new fuse. Let's see if it pops on impact. Nope, went in there. All right, let's come back to our harness and see if we have power now at 20. Nope, still nothing. Still nothing. And then at 57, oh no, 19 and 20 I think is gonna be, I think 57 is this one. Let me double check. Yeah, it's 57. And then 19 and 20 would be those top two. Yep, so this one still isn't hot. It should be hot. This one is fine, that's switched. This one should be hot, and this one should be hot. Yeah. But it's not. So we gotta figure that out. So we gotta figure out why it's not hot. All right, well, let's look at some more fuses and see if there's any other blown ones in there. All right, so I gave up on the car last night. It's the next day. I just got in, I jumped right on it. Great news, current performance did respond first thing in the morning. Kind of just told me the same things. Check the fuses, check that. But I just wanted to check with them just to see exactly which fuse it was that was connected to the PCM. And it was, I want to say PCM ignition. So it was this one here. So what he told me to do is just take the box out, check the wires, make sure everything is tight. And I did find a loose wire on the side here. This one here, this little bolt was kind of loose. It wasn't making a good connection. So I tightened it up, pulled the fuses out, checked them all, put them back in. And then I was like, okay, let me come over here and check and see if we have power now. And we have power at the number 20. So number 20, we got power, and then 57, we got power. So that means we should be in good shape. All right, so we got the cover back on, got the PCM plugged back up. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna hop inside and check and make sure that the OBD2 port has power now. Because the OBD2 port didn't have any power, so that also let me know that there was no power to the computer because there was nothing to read. So jump inside, see, make sure the OBD2 port is working. Almost lost all these bolts. I'll pull the HP tuner scanner up, and I'm trying to get y'all set up here with a tripod. But yeah, so I'll get it hooked up inside and we'll see if we got action. All right, let's see. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right, start scanning, see what she's reading. Woo-wee! All right, y'all ready for this first start? All right, let me go put the camera outside and let's see what she does. She started. All right, y'all, so we got it to start briefly. Just gotta kind of, fine tune it, go in there and mess with stuff, but at least we figured out the problem. Power to the PCM. So I know you guys love the diagnostic videos. I enjoy doing them, especially when I figure the problem out. I don't know exactly what the problem was. I'm pretty certain it was the wire on the fuse box over there, or it could have just been not connected properly or something like that, because I physically took everything out and checked it. So it could have been something loose, something like that. But the main thing is we got it to start. We got it to fire it for the first time. I'm gonna work on getting the cooling system together. Then we'll get it off the exhaust shop, because it's got no O2 sensors in it right now, so that could be part of the reason. But we'll get it off the exhaust shop, get an exhaust put on it, bring it back, get the AC going, and back to my boy. Let's get it. So I appreciate y'all coming out for this video. Appreciate y'all watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one.